and Snapchat and Rumble and fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. You made it to another Friday and not a moment too soon. And to celebrate the most glorious day of the week, here's another balloon knot puckering episode of your favorite internet sensation with libation, the Friday wrap-up. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's libation. I'm drinking America's favorite beer, America's beer, the beer of patriots, a Yingling Light. And the reason I'm drinking a bottled beer tonight is because I get to use my brand new bottle koozie, courtesy of the boys down in the villages in Florida. So I got to give a big shout out to them. And I got to thank the president of the Friday Wrap-Up fan club down in the villages. Thanks for the koozie, Mr. C. As you can see, I'm putting it to good use. So here you go, guys. Salud, to drink up and be somebody. That I was dreaming about all day. Okay. What a fucking week. Oof. All right, well, Shark Week was this week. And I forgot to mention that last week, that Shark Week was starting. Actually, it slipped my mind. But I realized it started on Monday, actually Sunday night. This year was hosted by John Cena, the former wrestler turned actor. I can't stand this fucking guy. His face just aggravates the shit out of me. There's something annoying about his face. He annoys me actually even more than The Rock, if you can believe that. But you know, this whole fucking Shark Week thing, Shark Week used to be fun. It used to be enjoyable to watch. You kill a week. It was nice. It was just another fucking disappointment this year, even more so than last year. Every year they used to have like celebrities on. They'd have like one show where they'd have some celebrity come on and like, you know, they'd fuck with them a little bit. And you know who ruined it? Honestly, I guarantee it was William Shatner. The last time I remember a celebrity being on Shark Week was William Shatner. The second you put Shatner in a wetsuit, that's it. Nobody came back on. And every fucking show this year is exactly the same. You know, back in the day when Shark Week used to be good, you know, they basically showed a variety of stuff. They showed the scientific and educational shit. And then they showed the shit we all want to see. Somebody getting ripped apart by a fucking shark. Because that's what they do. Instead, every show's like, oh my God, they're majestic creatures. Oh, they're so nice. Oh, they're so wonderful. Oh, they're so misunderstood. It's a swimming mouth. It fucking eats people. Don't tell me that there's no shark attacks. Don't tell me that there's no fatalities. I want to see it. I want to see one of these camera people or one of these fucking retards that go swimming with sharks just lose a leg or something. Every year I watch, every year nothing happens. It's fucking aggravating. I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna have to boycott them. I may not watch it next year. I don't know. It ain't any fucking fun. They got rid of the shark after dog shit. Like all the fun shit that they used to pepper in there, gone. All they got is John Cena. And anyway, so Monday I was putting together a trampoline for my nieces. So my buddy called me up. He asked me if I could give him a hand. No problem. So I go over there. So we're putting this fucking 14-foot trampoline together. It was like the fucking hottest. I think I lost about 37 pounds. I was melting. Anyways, so he's got a swimming pool in his backyard. And, you know, I've mentioned this before. I'll never, ever, ever own a swimming pool. I have enough room for a fucking Olympic-sized swimming pool. There is not enough money on this fucking planet that you could pay me for me to put in a swimming pool for a number of reasons. One, I can't swim. Okay? So there's that. Two, I don't like pools because people pee in them. Now, if I had my own swimming pool, first of all, it would be about as high as my nipples. Okay? There'd be no diving, no nothing. Okay? I am not going to drown in my own fucking pool. All right? And two, nobody would be allowed in it because I'd be terrified everybody's pissing in it. So there's no point in me having a swimming pool. And three, and this is the most important one, when you have a pool, having a pool is like having a pickup truck. Okay? You have one of these things. Everybody wants to be in it. Okay? You own a pickup truck, everybody's got something for you to move. I have no problem saying no to people, so that's usually not an issue. But like, you have a swimming pool, everybody wants to be in it. Oh, you mind if it's hot out? Can I come over and swim in your pool? No. How many times I gotta say fucking no, right? So anyhow, my friend is a lot nicer than I am. So his cousin-in-law lives like down the block, and this guy is retarded. Like, I mean, there's just no other way to say it. Like, he's not his fault. Obviously, I don't know if his parents did any drugs or something, but very nice guy. But a little off-putting to look at. Like, he looks like he spent most of his life underground. Okay? So, we're putting this fucking thing together. The guy shows up and he's like, oh, you mind if I take a dip? So my friend's like, yeah, go ahead. And he's telling me, he's like, yo, this is out of hand. He's like, fucking here all the time. I'm like, I said, he's peeing in your pool right now. So he starts laughing. I'm telling you, retards, that's what retards do. They get in the pool, first thing they do, they piss all over it. Okay? I mean, kids will do that, little kids, but like, I mean, he's like a big little kid. He's a retard. I says, he's pissing all over your pool right now. He goes, yeah, dude, he's here all the fucking time. I says, if it was me, pool would be closed. That's it. I would take a shit in the pool. That's it. It'd be fuck. I said that's gonna be next. Next time you go by your swimming pool, you're gonna see a floater in it. I said, I would the fuck. If that were me, the pool would be closed. It'd be filled with dirt. That's it. No more. Okay? Yeah. Seriously, it's bad. Never had. And that again, if you're gonna go in someone's pool, all right, have good fucking pool etiquette. Don't pee in the pool. And I hear me while there's chlorine in it. I don't give a fuck. There could be 52 gallons of chlorine in there. You could have pure fucking Clorox in there. You could pour boric acid in there. I don't give a shit. There's fucking, you're swimming in urine. Listen, I don't put my arm in the fucking toilet bowl unless I have a Kevlar glove that goes all the way up to my fucking shoulder. You understand? And that's my own toilet, right? I'm certainly not swimming in someone else's fucking urine. Okay, please, plus people have dirty asses and shit. It's just, if you're going to go in someone's pool, have good pool etiquette. See, if it was me, nobody'd be allowed. You could look at it. I don't even want your fucking feet in there. Okay? That's why I'm a firm believer in hot tubs. Okay? It's by invitation only. Like, no one ever comes, oh, can I take a dip in your hot tub? Get the fuck out of here. No. Okay? It's invitation only, and a hot tub can be useful in the summertime, because you don't have to heat it up. Like if it's hot out and you happen to have a hot tub, it's going to be the same thing. It's either going to be chlorinated or salt water, right? Okay, you take the cover, just don't turn the fucking heater on. Just get in, put the jets on, nice. You sit there, you smoke a cigar, you have a couple of pops, you watch a movie. It's nice, okay? Maybe you have a friend with you who's gonna, but that's it, right? Fucking swimming pool, too much work. Get out of here with this shit. But if you're gonna go in someone's pool, have the decency to have good fucking pool etiquette and don't piss in it, you slobs. Oh, what else this week? Oh, Our Lady of Mount Carmel Festival started yesterday in Franklin Square. I'll give you a little culinary review on it later on. But yeah, so that started in Franklin Square. That's going until Monday, I believe, this year. Okay? Most likely it's going to be a washout tomorrow. Tonight, I don't know. They said rain, but it looks like it's beautiful outside right now. So who the fuck knows? Okay, my next life, I want to come back as a weatherman. Okay. All right, kids. Subways, sharks, and migrants. Baby, fins up. It's going to be a rough one. Okay, kids, on another Biden blunder. So this week, to prove his mental fortitude, Biden...
I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President.
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
So focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. What do we got to worry about? You don't know who anybody is? Holy shit. Later on, okay, actually before this, he had his big boy conference, okay, his big boy news conference, again, to show that he's mentally capable of not shitting his pants in a 5-minute interval, okay? So he had this big boy conference, and he referred to Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump. Swear to God. So a journalist, a news guy, asked him straight out. He goes, listen, Mr. President, he goes, do you feel that if anything were to happen to you, that Kamala Harris would be efficient in taking over the president, the office of presidency? And he got annoyed Biden, and he goes, look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump if I didn't think that she was capable of doing the job. And the fucking, and the reporter goes, uh-huh. Like, it just, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So, I mean, bottom line is this man's brain is fucking melted jello, okay? Like, I love how the Dems are all in full-on fucking panic mode, and they're turning on him. They're all asking Democratic senators, donors, everybody is asking him to step down. These were the same people that a couple of weeks ago said, oh, Biden is going to beat Trump again, and he's doing a great job. Listen, fuckfaces, he didn't beat him the first time. You did the fucking rope-a-dope. Okay, you hit him in the fucking basement, and you played a little trick called Monty, and there you go. Now he's in the fucking White House. Everybody's shocked all of a sudden that this man's mental faculties are not working. We've been watching this happen in slow motion for the last 4 fucking years. Okay, everybody, CNN's like, I don't understand what happened to Joe Biden. Yesterday he was fine. He was never fine. The guy was fucking nuts from day one. He's just gotten worse. Okay, and now because of the debate, okay, because that was the big show, that was the audition, that was the stage. That now they're all fucking turning on. First they try, it was a cold and jet lag. A week later, like, his brain stopped working. Like, I mean, what the fuck? Everybody seems surprised. I mean, we've been watching this for 4 years, and every time someone said something, questioned his mental faculties, and there's plenty of proof out there. Tucker Carlson, Hannity, everybody who said that Joe Biden is fucking slipping, they're like, oh, that's not true. He's so vital. We could barely keep up with him. I had him on the cell phone the other day. Cell phone my ass. He's talking into his fucking shoe like Maxwell Smart. Okay? So now suddenly they're all turning on him. Let me tell you something. Here's where CNN fucked up with that debate. Okay? They didn't do Joe Biden any favors here, although they thought they did. If they wouldn't have had that on a split screen, okay? If they would have... See, because they had such... And this is why. They didn't want to focus the camera on Trump at all, at any point. Okay? So if they would have just focused the camera on Trump when he was talking, but because they have, Trump derangement syndrome, they didn't want to do that. So they split screened it so you could see Joe Biden. So they wanted to keep Biden in the public eye at all times. If they would have just focused the camera on Trump and not Biden, Biden wouldn't have looked so bad. But when they had it split screen, they did that to spite Trump, but they ended up fucking themselves up the ass. So when they had it split screen, when Biden wasn't talking, it's like his brain was shutting down. It looked like he was plugging himself into something. Okay? That's what made him look worse. He looked checked out. So yeah, they're all fucking turning on him. As a matter of fact, George Clooney, this fucking I hate these fucking actors, and especially this fucking Mama Luke. His wife hauls him around by the fucking balls. She's got his nuts in a jar somewhere, okay? This guy used to be a freewheeling playboy. He was fucking them 5 at a time. He's banging cocktail waitresses like it's like the world is ending. All of a sudden, he marries this fucking deranged Israeli attorney, and he can't fucking shit without her permission. She definitely wears the fucking... She's pegging this fucking guy. So he's all... How these fucking actors are. They're all big Democrat, fucking retarded, fucking pedophile fuckfaces. Okay? So 3 weeks ago, George Clooney was at that big Hollywood star-studded fundraiser where Obama had to drag Joe Biden off the stage because Biden got fucking lost. And he's saying what a great guy, Biden. He's going to do a wonderful job. He's got 4 more years. He's got so much stamina. He just fucked him in the ass. I mean, all these things. And 3 weeks later, fast forward to like yesterday, he does a New York Times op-ed saying, Joe Biden's like a shell of a man. He's got to step down. I love him, but he's got to step down. The fuck happened in 3 weeks? He was like this for 4 fucking years. Yous were all lying. Okay? They're lying. They all act fucking surprised all of a sudden to cover their ass. He's been a mental disaster from day one. And these fuckfaces, the media, all these celebrity jerk-offs, everybody who endorsed Biden and said, oh, he's doing a great job, he's fit, he's this, he's that, all that, simple. They've been lying through their fucking teeth for the last 4 years. Now they're all scrambling. Okay? Like rats on a sinking ship. They're all scrambling to save their own ass. Even that fuckface drunkie Pelosi. Okay? All of them. They're all turning on him. And now Biden is a stubborn Irish fuck. He flat out said it, I am running. There's no, because he doesn't know what day of the week it is. Okay? He's the type of guy that would keep both hands on the steering wheel and insist he knows how to drive as the car is going off a fucking cliff. Okay? So he's not budget. They could tell him to step down all he wants. The donors even said, well, we're not going to donate. He goes, I got $284 million. I got enough to go to the election. He'll bury every penny. He don't care. Okay? He don't give a shit. Stevie Wonder could see that this man's brain's melting. Okay? Here's my question in all of this, right? So, you know, he even threatened him. He goes, yeah, challenge me at the DNC. Watch what happens. Because he knows. He ain't that fucking gone that he doesn't know that nobody... Who are they going to use? Kamala? She's polling less than Joe's dirty fucking diaper. Who are they going to... Gavin Newsom? He destroyed California. Look at it. It's like a fucking demilitarized zone. It makes Gaza look like heaven on earth. All right? Who are they going to use? The best shot that they got to lose is Joe Biden. I mean, no matter who they run against Trump, they're not winning. Especially if they ran Kamala. Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my question. If all of these people are saying he's not fit to run in the election and he won't be able to do another... Even George Stephanopoulos, after an interview, said, yeah, Biden doesn't have 4 years left in him. Okay, so if all of these people, whether they be senators, whether they be officials, whether they be media people, celebrities, if they all say now that he is not fit to run, his mental faculties are so fucking shot that he can't run and do another 4 years, why is no one invoking the 26th Amendment? Okay, if he's not fit to run for president in the next election, how is he fit to run the fucking country in a moment of crisis that we're in? We're on the brink of fucking World War III. Okay? Russia, China, and Iran are just itching to blast us off the fucking map. They're all talking. They're all making behind the fucking scenes deals. And here's our fucking president who doesn't know the difference between Putin and Zelensky. Who doesn't know his own vice president's name. And you mean to tell us that other countries look at us and are afraid? That they respect? They're thinking if we're going to make a move, this is the best time. They got this fucking ass clown running the show over there. He don't know what the fuck's happening. And let's face it, if they did invoke the 26th Amendment, his next in command is a giggling fucking retard. Like, so you're fucked either way. Kamala Harris was Joe Biden's insurance policy. Just like Joe Biden was Obama's insurance policy. They made Obama take Biden because they knew nobody would try to get rid of fucking Obama because you had this fucking wreck. and that's when his brain worked a little bit. So when they moved Biden up, whoever are his puppet masters said, you know what? Make Kamala the number 2 because no one will fucking dare get rid of Biden if this fucking disaster is going to take over so we can still do what we got to do. There's absolutely a deep state here. There's absolutely some fucking Illuminati, Mason, whatever the fuck, who the hell knows, kind of operation that's pulling the strings behind closed doors. This guy's just a fucking... He's a talking head. Okay, which is why they're pulling out all the stops to go and fucking full tilt to keep Trump from going anywhere near the White House. You know why? Because he's not a puppet head. Okay, and they can't control him. Pence was there to take orders. That's why Pence fucking turned on him. Okay? That's why. All right? So, this time around, I'm pretty sure whoever Trump picks is going to be one of his insiders. I'm thinking he should go with a guy like Tim Scott. But that remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. But I wouldn't go with an establishment person. That's for fuck sure. He's better off with Vivek Ramaswamy or one of his sons. But we'll see what happens. So, yeah. There you go. Hey, baby, what's going on? What's up, Pops? How you doing? Are you ready for our bit this week on Black and White? That's right, I'm ready, baby. Hey, baby, how you doing, sugar? How you doing, big mama? Good to see you again. Baby, you looking fine, baby. Baby, you working out more. You getting swollen. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Can't you see what you're trying to do? Stuff? You shut your ass up, Leroy. I'm over here talking. You can be a gentleman, motherfucker. Gentleman, my ass. I'm gonna kick you right in the fucking quack. You shut your ass up. Okay, all right. Can we get back to the show, Big Mama, please? Oh, that's right, baby. I'm sorry. You go on ahead. You go do your show, baby. Okay, thank you. All right, Pops, you ready for Black and White? And then bitches shut the fuck up. That's right. We're ready for Black and White. What we doing today, baby? We got a good one. You know, Shark Week this week. That's right. I was watching some of that shit. Okay, well, you know what I decided for Black and White? What'd you decide? I think we're going to do a Black and White on sharks. Sharks? You mean... You found something with black people and sharks? Why don't we take a look at the clip? All right, baby, roll
Introduce
that.
Mark Rackley, who's come to share the shark encounter that he had that changed his life. Thanks for joining us, Rackley.
Absolutely. My buddy called me, he said, hey, there's a blue shark in the bay. I jump in, film it a couple of times. The last time I said to myself, you've done enough, don't stress the shark out. So what do? I actually touch the dorsal fin, pull a little bit, the shark whips around, bam, I'm in the shark's mouth.
If you don't mind me asking, what did it feel like when the shark bit you?
When the shark bit me, it didn't feel like there was that much pressure. The teeth just sliced right into my arm, pulled the bicep. I spun underwater with the blue shark, latched on my arm, and I said to myself, you're not taking my arm. I happened to look at the shark's eye, and I was like, dude, you're not gonna take me, I'm not gonna take you, but cool, And then bam, she let me go.
I don't have any tattoos, and like I said, this is one that not many folks have. Holy man, you talk about respect from one to another, Rackley. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord, everybody. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and eat meat in it. Hallelujah. I'm on my way to church this morning, but I wanted to make a quick video because my spirit was troubled this morning. I had the news on. It was talking about somebody else and then got ate up by a shark. I want you all to be mindful when you're vacationing. You're going to the beach. Do that. Go to the beach. Don't go to the ocean. Okay? The ocean is the shark's house. Okay? I can swim. I can swim. My whole body is a flotation device. My whole body is a flotation device. I don't have to do nothing to float. But I can't swim. Another thing that makes me suspect and makes me, has my Negro membership card in question, because most black people can't swim, but I can swim. But I'm not going to the ocean because that's the shark's house. Okay? The shark has the right to eat you up when you in his house. When chickens come in my house, guess what? They get ate. When pigs come in my house, they own the plate. So when you go in the shark's house, you're going to get ate up, okay? So I want you to be safe. I want you to be happy. Let's use some common sense. If you go to the beach, go to the beach. You watch the ocean from a distance, okay? Please be safe. Safety first. Please, I don't want to hear about nobody from the meat ministry being shark bait, okay? And stay out the woods, too. Don't go fooling around with the bears, either. The bears will eat you up. That's what they supposed to do because you in their house. When animals come in my house, they end up on the plate. They get ate up. So the same thing happens when you go to their house. So stay out of the ocean, okay? That's the sharks. Can you imagine how excited the shark would be to see me laying up on the plate in his house? Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord, no. So if you're going to, I just want you to be safe, be happy, be fat, whatever meat is on your bones, rejoice in it today. Hallelujah. I love you. There's nothing that you can do about it. God love you. God keep you. And stay out them oceans. Jesus.
What's wrong with these white people jumping in the water with all these sharks? You don't see my people up there on Shark Week. You know why? No, why? Because we're smart. We don't fuck with them motherfuckers. You motherfuckers need to listen to Shaquanda's sister. That's right, you preach, Leroy. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody talking to you. Fuck you, Leroy, your nasty ass. I was just trying to be helpful. You want to be helpful? Why don't you go jump in the ocean and let a shark choke on your fat ass? You know, he just fucking rude, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to curse like that. Big Mama's sorry, baby. That's okay. That's fine. I get it. He can be a lot to deal with. That's right, baby. But you know what I like a lot of? Oh, I'm afraid to ask. I'm looking right at it here, baby. Why don't you, you want to play shark in the deep blue, baby? I promise I won't bite. That's as tempting as that is. I'm gonna get back to the show. Okay, baby. You know where to find Big Mama when you want it. Yeah, great. Thank you, Big Mama. Oh boy. Okay, so. All right, kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of the mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, but woo! First stop, Long Island. So breaking news. Sharks are the new norm on Long Island. Well, ain't that just spit on your balls fantastic? Okay? Yeah, I mean, as if we didn't know sharks patrol the outer rim of Long Island. This is why when I go to the beach, okay? Like I said, I can't swim. So, when I go to the beach, I only go into the water up to my nipples. Just enough to cool off. I can dunk a little bit, and then I get the fuck out. I don't go any further than that. You know why? I'm too delicious. If there's a shark out there, I promise you it will find me, and it's coming back for seconds. Okay? There's nothing. I'm made up of 90% bacon and whiskey. I know I'm delicious. There's a little olive oil in there. Okay? Other salted pork products, maybe a beer or two. I'm well fucking marinated. Okay? I'm like a shark's delight. All right, kids, next stop, New York City. So, Mayor Motherfucker wants to give out more debit cards to migrants. Brilliant idea, Eric. Brilliant. Okay, that's it. Just keep the gravy train running, and these dirty interloping criminals will keep coming and ruining our city. Maybe what you should do is also tie some rocks to your big-lipped face and dive into the fucking East River. That will definitely improve New York City. But get God, so what is this fucking guy, mentally irregular? Like, how stupid are you? If you keep giving them free money, they will keep coming. The city's at capacity. They're fucking $7 billion in the fucking hole. They don't know how they're going to pay for what they got, and this fucking retard wants to give them more? How about you just fucking pack them all into a subway and just keep ramming them with a fucking train? Anyway, speaking of subways, next stop in New York City, here's a new subway activity. Take a look at this. Yep, a couple got married on the fucking L train. Now, you definitely won't see Caucasian people doing this. I mean, listen, can you imagine? This is really, can you imagine you're trying to go to work in the morning and this fuckery takes place? Like, you've dodged shit-flinging homeless people, mentally irregulars who are trying to push you off the fucking platform and kill you, only to make it onto the train praying that no disgruntled BLM-loving psychopath decides to open fire and murder you, or a fat homeless person begins to start bathing themselves and then takes a shit on the seat next to you. Now, because we don't have enough to fucking deal with, these jerk-offs are holding a goddamn wedding reception on the motherfucking train. Where are the shit-flinging homeless people when you need one? Christ on a pony. How much more fucking insanity can we stand in New York City? I'll wait. Oh, but the mayor wants to give fucking migrants free money. Jesus Christ on a stick. All right, kids, your sports update. Yankees and Orioles tonight at 7:05. Mets and Rockies tonight at 7:10. Phillies and A's tonight at 6:40. NFL. Joe, this season will be the New York Giants' 100th season. Can you imagine? They started in 1925, right? So I'm not holding out a lot of hope. I mean, it would be nice if they at least make it into the playoffs in their 100th season. Dare I even say win a fucking Super Bowl in their 100th season. But between you, me, and the four walls, I don't see that fucking happening. They are, however, the subject of this year's HBO's Hard Knocks show. It's like, that show on HBO, Hard Knocks, where they pick a football team and they kind of chronicle their summer training. So this year it's the New York Giants, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm looking forward to binging this. So I'm going to kind of wait till it gets close to the end and I'll probably just binge it all out. I like shit like that. So yeah, there you go. So if you need something to watch on a rainy day tomorrow, check it out. Okay, on Tommy's Pub and Grub review. Well, okay, we got a couple of deals here. So, like I said, the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Festival started last night. So of course I popped by. So I was in, normally when I go, there's like one or two things or one or three things I'm looking for. There was that little pizza joint that was in the corner that was from Whitestone. I can't think of the fucking name of it, but they were they had those Sicilian fried chickpea sandwiches, which I absolutely love. I was hoping for one of those, and their pizzas were good. They had these little like personal pizzas that were like almost like a pan pizza. It was delicious. They replaced them with a new pizzeria, Nanas, whatever the fuck, Nonas, whatever. So they had no chickpea sandwiches. I wasn't interested. Normally, my next go-to would be a sausage and pepper sandwich. But, I'm a little bit of a pain in the ass with sausage and peppers. I'm very picky, and I haven't really had one that really knocked me out. So I decided to change it up, and I had the London broil sandwich. And I told them to put some peppers and onions on it. Well, let me tell you something, man. This was far more delightful than the sausage and pepper here, and I'll tell you why. So what they did was they take the London broil, and they sliced it on a deli slicer. So we got it nice and thin, which when it comes to a steak sandwich, you really got to know how to cut the steak properly in order for it to be an enjoyable, thing. I mean, if you cut the steak too thick, you got to like really gnaw on it and then you're pulling pieces of steak out of the bread. It's not a homogeneous experience. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got to cut the steak right. You got to cut it against the grain so that it pulls apart easy. If you cut it with the grain, it's going to get stringy. It's going to be tough. It becomes a fucking disaster. So rather than try to cut it nice and thin with a blade, they just put this, which I don't know why I thought this was so brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of it myself. I actually have a deli slicer. Yeah, the story for another day. But I do. I have like a legit commercial old school deli slicer. But anyhow. So they sliced the steak nice and thin. They piled it up in ribbons on a nice hero roll from Sapienza, and then they covered it with the peppers and onions. And let me tell you something. It was fucking marinated nicely. It was just delicious. I would have liked it a little bit more undercooked. They cooked it to a nice medium rare. Me, I like my steak still kicking, but that aside, it was a delightful experience. I encourage you to try it. Now, I haven't had a Zapoli, and I can't tell you how fucking long. It's got to be a couple years. Easy. And, with Zapolis, I'm very picky because my grandmother made the absolute best Zapolis in the world. Nobody even came close. Now, she used to make the regular Zapoli, and she used to make these other Zapoli, which the only people that really loved them were me and my father and my uncle. She made these Zapoli with Alija, with the anchovies in them. So she put like an anchovy in each Zapoli, folded up and fried. Now, I know people go, oh my God, that's disgusting. That's because you don't know anything, okay? People who say they don't like anchovies don't know that they like them. Because when anchovies are done properly, they have a nice salty, nutty taste to them. So, so she used to make these Zapoli with Alija. And like I said, it was just me and my father and my uncle that fucking would devour. We'd fight over them. But, no, I don't expect that anyway. But I'm a little funny because I never liked, even like the plain Zapoli, I never liked sugar on my Zapoli. So my grandmother would make like 2 batches. One for everybody, because they like the sugar, and then one for me, because I didn't like the sugar on it. So they have Zapoli there. I says, you know what? I was smelling. I was like, I gotta get some. But like, you could either buy a dozen for like $16 or a half a dozen for $8. I didn't want a half a dozen Zapoli. You give me 6 Zapoli, I'm gonna eat 6 Zapoli. Like that's just how that goes. I just wanted like 3, right? Okay, so I figure, okay, so if they're $8 for a half a dozen, 3 of them should be $4, right? I'm good at math. So I go up to the thing. I said to the guy in Italian, I said, listen, you might, I said, do me a favor. I said, give me 3 of them for like $4. He goes, no posso. I said, what do you mean you can't do it? No posso. I said, wait a minute, they're $16 for a dozen, right? He goes, yeah. I says, they're $8 for half a dozen, right? He goes, yeah. I said, so 3 of them should be $4. I said, I don't want 6. He goes, no. I said, all right, whatever the fuck it got. So he comes back, he goes, I give you 5 for $5. So what? He goes, yeah, I'll put a 5 for $5. I want to treat him, right, for $4. He's selling them a half a dozen for $8. He gives me 5 for $5. So he shortchanged himself. Like he was making a profit in my and I'm looking at him and I'm like, well, okay, fine. I mean, you know. So aside from the fact that I was surrounded by an idiot, I gotta say, as far as Zapoli go, these were close to my grandmother's. They were usually when you get Zapoli, they're either too greasy because they don't have the oil hot enough, so like it's like a ball of grease, or they don't cook them enough, so they're still raw in the middle. These were actually cooked perfect. They must have the temperature perfect. The outside was nice and crispy. It wasn't soggy or greasy. But even the bag really didn't get a lot of grease on it, and the inside was cooked through perfect. And you know, I said no sugar, and like I see the girl about to put like a fucking like a half a pint. I'm like, no. And she looked at me. She said, you don't want sugar? I'm like, no. She's, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't want sugar on them. I like them better that way. So if you're running around this weekend, you want a quick bite, you want something good, you want to stop at a little festival, there's not much there. Okay, you got a couple of 2 or 3 stupid games. Most people go for the food. So next up, Chileo. So Saturday I was bored. It was a nice day out. So I says, you know what? I'm going to take a ride with Rosie. So I got on my bike and I headed upstate. It was like last minute. I had looked on my hotel app, Hotel Tonight, and I got a room at the casino, Monticello, for free. I mean, not free, but like cheap. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to take a ride, have dinner, gamble a little bit, come home. So I got on the bike. It's usually about a 2-hour ride, sometimes a little more. I hit no traffic, fucking flew up there. It was about an hour and 45 minutes. Like I left here, it was like 20 after 4. I was there about 6 o'clock, pulling into the parking lot, I don't know. So I walked in, dropped my bag off of my room, went downstairs. I had a drink, and then I went to. They don't have a lot of dining options there. They have like a steakhouse, they have a diner, they have a Chinese joint. The steakhouse also doubles as an Italian restaurant. It's called Chileo, Cellaio. It's owned by Scott Conan, the celebrity chef, who's a pompous ass. Okay, I know the guy. He's a pompous ass, but I gotta give him credit. This is a good fucking restaurant. And, I mean, listen, is it the best steakhouse I've ever eaten at? No. I don't know that I'd put it up in my top 5. It's definitely in my top 10. I mean, but for the Monticello area, this place is top shelf. Okay? Food's good. A little pricey, but it's good. They do make a good steak. So I walked in, I sat down at the bar, and I ordered a New York strip. Take a look at this, beautiful. I mean, I gotta say, it was perfectly cooked. Okay, there's just something about a steak under a broiler that you just can't. I mean, there's a lot of fancy ways of cooking a steak, right? You know, like you could put it on a plancha, right, or in a cast iron, and sear the shit out of it. That's good. You can grill it, like nothing nicer than, you know, a grilled steak is nice. And then you can do that fucking butter basting shit with the thing and the bop. I personally gotta be careful with that because, you know, a second too long and you've overcooked the steak and ruined it. Me personally, just put some made of deep butter on top and just wait 2-3 minutes, it'll melt if you want the same effect. That's just me. Personally, when it comes to steak, I'm fairly simple. Little olive oil, if necessary, salt, pepper, and boom, cook it. Now, I gotta tell you, the best way to cook a fucking steak out of all of these methods is under a fucking broiler, old school. The best steakhouses in New York City, Gallagher's, Smith & Wollensky, Lucas, right? Fucking right underneath the broiler. So you got this broiler that's just fucking rocking. It's got to be top. You put the steak on the rack, put it in, take it out, flip it. But when you put it on the broiler, it fucking sears the steak. It caramelizes it a little bit, and it's very easy to control the temperature depending on how you adjust it. So the steak was perfectly cooked. Black and blue in the middle, nicely seared on top the way I like it. Like you just whisper fire to it, put it on a fucking plate. That's how a steak should be. Okay? None of this other fancy bullshit. And their steak sauce is second only to Gallagher's, which is the fucking highest compliment I could give a steak sauce or a steakhouse. So they serve their steak similar to Gallagher's. Gallagher's is like 2.5 steps better. But the only thing that I've ever had close to Gallagher's Steakhouse or close to Gallagher's steak sauce without it being Gallagher's is this place. It's served warm and like that little pot next to it, and you just drizzle a little on the steak or you dunk the steak in it. I was dunking my fucking bread in there. Holy shit, I could have drank it if I want. I mean, delightful. Worth the price of the steak. Like I said, the steak was a nice strip. I mean, you know, is it the best New York strip I've ever had? No. Matter of fact, the best New York strip that I've ever had wasn't actually even in New York. It was in Chicago at Gibson's. Yeah, I said it. Okay? But as far as the steak sauce in this joint goes, it is right on par with Gallagher's. Not as good, but fucking close. And that's the best compliment I could ever give a steakhouse. Okay? So, last mention of Tommy's Pub and Grub review, Spumoni Gardens. Now, you've heard me mention L&B Spumoni Gardens. I mean, fuck it, I grew up a grocery street from it. I've been eating L&B Spumoni Gardens for fucking forever. Matter of fact, I haven't gotten down there yet this summer, but when I do, I will let you know. So it's been a staple in Gravesend on 86th Street for fucking forever, right? Well, guess what? They're opening a second location in Dumbo. Now, Dumbo stands for those of you that don't know and are too afraid to ask, Dumbo is an acronym that stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. It's just a section of Brooklyn. It's a little neighborhood in Brooklyn that's between, like, the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge. It's a very, like, it's like maybe 4 or 5 blocks long. It's all cobblestone streets, very nice, you know, very old. It's very fucking yuppie-ish. I can't, you know, if there's nobody there, it'd be great. All these millennials and yuppies and hippies and fuck faces, I just want to burn them all with gasoline. But that's, you know, it's a very trendy spot. So they decided after all these, since 1939, Spumoni Gardens has been there since 1939. One location only. They've decided to open a second location. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay? First of all, Dumbo is a pain in the ass to get to. You gotta take the BQE, it's a fucking day, you're always gonna hit traffic. The parking in Dumbo is about 10 times worse as it is in fucking Gravesend or Bensonhurst, right? You're better off going to fucking Gravesend. Okay, it's right down the Bell Parkway, 123, bam. You know, you get off Stillwell Avenue right there. You can find a spot after about 20 minutes, depending on what day of the week you go. Okay? But, yeah, I don't know how I feel about them opening a second location in Dumbo. I don't know that the quality of the product is going to be the same because, again, listen, those ovens in Gravesend have been there for fucking since 1939. They've been slinging dough there for fucking forever, since I was a kid. As a matter of fact, and I tell people this all the time, and they don't believe me, L&B has a restaurant right next to it, which I've heard from people over the years, oh, you got to eat there, it's good, the food's good, blah, blah, blah. I've gone there to have dinner with the intention, oh, I'm going to go try the restaurant. I never make it past the fucking pizza window. I've never actually had their Napolitan pie. Like, they have regular pizza. They have a round pie. I've never had it. Never. Again, you get there, maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try that. Like, they have calzones and chicken rolls and all shit. I never get past the pizza window, and I never order anything other than the square slice. Not Sicilian, it's the square. It's the Brooklyn square. There's nothing better. You have a couple of square slices. Tell me those don't look fucking beautiful. With the mozzarella underneath and the sauce is nice and bright. It's got a nice little pop to it. Lots of grated cheese on top. Maybe add a little hot pepper, right? And then you wash it all down with a little spumoni, and that's it, and you go about your day. There's nothing better than sitting outside and spumoni with that big fucking pizza garden, right? Right on fucking 86th Street. Nothing better than that. You're not going to get that in Dumbo. They opened the one in Dumbo, like you saw, it's a storefront. Okay? It looks nice, but you're sitting down inside a place. I know they got seating inside of L&B. Even in the fucking rain, you sit outside. Okay? You sit under the overhang. So I don't know how I feel about this. Okay? So it remains to be seen if this place is going to last over there. I personally would rather go to the original site. That's just me. Maybe it's just because I'm biased. I don't know. Okay, kids, on What the Fuck Is That? We are going to talk about Maxine's wig. So, Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Waters, that old black lady that's always fucking cranky. Well, she had a problem with her wig in an interview.
Time for lefties losing it. Now, safe to say we've all had bad hair days, but Democratic Representative Maxine Waters had hers live on air when she had some technical difficulties with her wig.
Democracy about the fate of the election, and yet Trump is not only winning, but winning increasingly by a larger margin. So what is the plan among Democrats to change that trajectory? It sounds like you're talking about saying and doing all the same things, but do you believe that something needs to change?
Watching Maxine desperately try and fix that Yorkshire Terrier on top of her head has truly been the highlight of the Democrat campaign so far. Pity, though, the wig is about as useless as Joe Biden.
That broad is fucking 85 years old. God almighty, she must look horrifying without that nappy Davy Crockett fucking hat on her head. Could you imagine her in the morning, fucking wake up and she's probably got 4 hairs. She's got alopecia. Oh, I don't know if her husband's alive or not. If he is, I think he died. I think he willed himself into death. I don't know. My God. Ooh, get brute. Okay, kids, on Right or Racist. In the 2016 report titled The Color of Crime, found that if New York City were all white, murder rates would drop by over 90%. Well, that's right. See, I don't make this shit up, okay? Shocking, huh? I don't know. It's not exactly inaccurate. Okay, kids, your PSA. Take a look at this. Well, I believe that says it all. Anyway, stay COVID-less, kids. No mask, don't ask. Haters and kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? It's been your Friday wrap-up. I'll see you when I see you.